met me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go.
Hi guys! So we decided, River kind of leads these vlogs most of the time, that I would kind of take over for a day and just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about my background and things that I'm kind of pursuing and stuff that I've done with my career and everything. Just kind of wanted to do a little like Al vlog. Just a little bit of background, how I started. If you don't know, if you're new, I also work with River in media advertising. I've been doing it for like about 4 years now. And it was not how, when I went to school, this is not what I thought I would be doing. I think a lot of people approach school that way. I feel like a lot of people have that outcome, and I definitely did. I went to school, I majored in marketing business, a minor in art history. Not 100% sure what I wanted to do. At first, I wanted to like work with a brand client side, and work either like in their product management or maybe like a merchandise team or something like that. And I did internships involving that, and my last quarter of school, I actually did an internship that was unpaid, and it was at an advertising agency in downtown Columbus, since I went to Ohio State University. It was totally unpaid. It was like my own time, but I wanted to try something new because I wasn't completely sold on what I wanted to do. A lot of marketing majors go into sales, and I am not very salesy. I'm not very good at sales. So I really didn't want to do that. So I was kind of trying to find something else that I could do, and I'd taken one advertising class, thought it seemed interesting, so did this internship in downtown for like, it was like 10 or 15 hours a week, and actually really enjoyed it. It was in media planning and buying, planning like digital and TV and like radio and all those spots for a brand. I thought it was really cool. After school, I knew that I wanted to move to New York or Chicago, and so I just applied to hundreds and hundreds of jobs in both of those cities. I applied to like media planning positions. Other positions, I applied to obviously paid search positions. I kind of just had a couple connections that got me my paid search role that I had been doing for like 4 years. Some advice, I guess, for when you are in those college years and things to do, try everything. Like, I fell into my now career just because I wanted to try something different that was a little bit related to what I had been studying. But just try anything that interests you. Take a class in it, like your freshman and sophomore year. I feel like a lot of colleges have you pick a major and then you have to be on this track. And if you're not on the track right away in your first year, you fall behind. I don't fully agree with that. Like, anyone who did a 5th year, like, solid, like, you are still trying to figure out what you want to do. It's just like, it's such a short window of time to figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life, and it's hard. I mean, you're 18, like, how can you possibly understand or know that at that age? I mean, some people are born and they know exactly what they want to do in life, and I envy those people, because that's amazing, and that's really awesome that you know what you want to spend your life doing. Whatever it is. In college, in those first years, just take any class that interests you, or try any volunteer, try any experience that just slightly interests you, because you never know where that experience will extend to and take you further in your life. That's my big advice, really, for those years, is really trying to find what you love to do. I enjoy what I do. It's definitely interesting. Some days it's hard and it's rough and it's definitely a struggle and busy and stressful. But I do find it interesting, and I do enjoy it. It's not the kind of job that gets me excited to wake up every day and go to work. But there are great moments and things that I do enjoy and everything, but I think I'm still trying to find what I really, really interested in and really, really passionate about. That's kind of what has led me to starting a blog. It's kind of my way to create an opportunity for myself in that I get to do and talk about something that I'm very interested in, which is style. I've always loved clothes. Since I was little, I was like clothes fanatic. Like I love shopping. I love clothes and style and putting outfits together. I wanted to at least take that interest in something that I was already like reading and looking up and like fashion magazines and all that stuff and put it into some sort of creative outlet of something that I can do with it, and that's kind of like how the blog started. It was also, I feel like River and I both have like these like ideas and things that we're like really, really interested in, and we just kind of like hop from one to the other until we like settle. Like I was also making jewelry for a while, and I used to love to do that all the time, like in my free time, and I was like, oh, maybe I can turn this into like a little side business. But I quickly realized that having like a demand-driven force in my passion was making me not enjoy it anymore. It was just becoming more stressful and more like irritating than like actual enjoyment. So I kind of phased that out, and while I was doing that, I was also starting a blog to try to get more interest in my jewelry making, and really the blog just kind of started taking off. It started as about the jewelry and then just slowly shifted into just style and outfit inspiration, and now has come into learning more about sustainability and ethical clothing, which I got really interested in, and creating more with what you already have in your closet and trying to shop a little less but still be creative with things that you might already own. And yeah, so that's been a way to kind of take my initial interest of just like a normal girl shopping and turn it into like something more creative. I have already been asked to do an interview on another website that I'm going to be sharing soon, hopefully in the next couple weeks. I'm hoping to do, I've been talking with another woman about a collaboration with her with some handmade candles that she makes and things like that. Just getting to interact with other creative people and people that care about handmade and sustainability and things like that has been really, really rewarding. And even the community that I've started just like in Instagram, it's super awesome how empowering some of the women I've met through there are, and just like their perspective on not just their style but their life and how they've started to kind of tie everything together into this more simplified, more focusing on family and not so much of consumerism that's constantly everywhere. So it's been super, super cool. Even if you can't find what your like full passion, what gets you up every single day with your job, at least try to create opportunities for yourself where you can get that feeling through something, whatever it is. Also, I think something that's important, just another like, this is like Al advice. I'm gonna have a little Al advice segment. Something else that I think is really important to know is that push for what you want in your careers. I feel like people just kind of accept what's given to them and don't really go after what they might actually deserve or want. Something that was told to me that's kind of a little bit harsh, but you're gonna look out for yourself the most other than anyone else. Like, people will make sure that you are happy in your job and like your workload's fine and things like that, but only you can really progress your career yourself and push yourself forward. You're the best person to look out for you when it comes to your career and your growth and what you want to do. You have to ignite those conversations. They're not just gonna happen. You have to be the one to push for it. A perfect example is my past role. I was just promoted a couple months ago, and I wasn't 100% satisfied with my personal pay bump. And it's like that, I think it's Dove commercial or the deodorant commercial where the girl like stands in the mirror and she's like working her courage up to like ask for a raise and like say why she's determined. I did that, and I was like, hey, like I was expecting a little bit based off of my past promotions and past things. I was expecting a little bit more of a raise than this. Like, this was a little bit lower than I was really anticipating. My director at the time helped fight for me. They were like, yeah, we agree. We don't have a say in that, but we will for sure, we agree with you and we think you're a hard worker, so we will help you try and achieve that. And it happened. I talked to they put me in contact with the right people that I needed to talk to about this, and it happened. If I hadn't brought up that conversation or said like, hey, like, I work really, really hard. I've been here for a long time. Like, I think I deserve a little bit more salary than this. Then if I didn't go through and say that, then it wouldn't have happened. And like, I feel like you need to understand that in certain jobs, like, nobody's gonna say like, oh, you're eligible for a raise after like 2 years. Like, they don't explicitly say that. You have to take it upon yourself to work with your superior and find out when those evaluation periods are, like how you can work towards those next steps, whether it is just taking on more responsibility or an actual raise or a bonus or an actual promotion. Like, you need to take it upon yourself to find that out. And if you're not super comfortable going to like your boss about that, you can always go to your HR department or a mentor that you really trust in your company. But nobody's just gonna hand you these things. It doesn't really happen that way. I mean, yes, people are rewarded for their hard work, but unless you really push and prove yourself and show that you are an excellent worker and are worth investing in, then you might just stay where you are and you might not be super happy. My advice, I guess if I had to sum it all up, is to really work and test out all the experiences you can in college and in those early years and find what you really drives you, and then create opportunities based off of what you're super interested in and find ways to infuse that into your life. And also just push for what you want. Don't just think it's just gonna happen. Like, you have to hustle a little bit. You have to work hard. I think that's something to definitely keep in mind as you go through life, because it's not just your earlier years. I mean, people switch jobs all the time later in life, or people start new adventures and want to try new things, and it's the same whether it's job or a personal like goal or anything. It's always like there's work that's involved and you got to really fight for those opportunities. That's all I really wanted to talk about with you guys today. So hopefully you enjoyed. We've been cleaning. We didn't go to the gym today, womp, but we did take the time to clean, so hopefully like we won't have to clean on the weekend. Pick up stuff around here, just because when you have a cluttered home, it kind of stresses you out more. And if you're having a little bit of a stressful work day, you don't really want to come home to a mess, because then it's just like, ah. So we just have been picking up and kind of hanging out around home. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Very different vlog. I've never done this before. Hopefully it's not too awkward, maybe. So if you're brand new, hi, welcome. Thanks for listening to me for 15-ish minutes of your day. And if you liked what you saw, we'll continue our daily vlogs. And if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. If you liked today's video, give it a like. That would make me feel great. And I'm not very good at speaking in front of a camera, so I'm trying. So give me a thumbs up for trying. That would be nice. That'd be great. Rivers and my social media links will be in the description below if you guys want to check us out on some of those other channels. And we will see you tomorrow.